Hey friends, welcome back to another video. Sorry it's been about a month. Life gets busy. That and the USPS driver was like 7 days late on my package. So, it was kind of like that one Jim Carrey thing, you know. Way. I got something really cool here. This, if you've only seen it once or twice, they haven't even showed this all in Forged in Fire, but this right here is really cool. No, it's not a spike baseball bat. This is in For Honor, the only place I've probably ever seen it. It's a Japanese weapon. I don't remember the name of it here, but yeah, basically it's got blunt end with spikes and you hit him in the face with it. It looks really cool. And this looks like it'd be devastating. This thing looks like if you beat someone in the face, it'd be game over. For sure game over. And like I said, I've only seen this once in For Honor, which is crazy. But this looks cool. This is what was delivered. So let's go see what this thing can do. And surprisingly enough, it's not as heavy as in the video game. It makes it look like a big, slow weapon. This thing, pretty light still. Of course, in that game, there's a lot of things wrong that I'll go into. But this thing is not nearly as heavy as they make it look. And obviously not as dramatic. It doesn't have spikes going clear down to here. They're up here, but again, that's still pretty good. I mean, you think about it. You hit someone right in the face with it. These will penetrate. They are sharp. And it's metal. I mean, the only thing that could possibly go wrong is these could break off here. And the wood could snap, but I don't know. Let's see what happens. Anyway, so yeah, I thought this would be a cool video. Hope you enjoy. Alright, we're outside now. One of the biggest things For Honor gets wrong, and it's my biggest pet peeve of any game I've ever played in my life, is the distance. They think a sword with this long, you have just the sword right here. This is your distance. This is all you have. This is what they think in this game. This is your distance right here. But in all actuality, you step forward when you swing. Notice my distance now. Instead of it being here, I'm a whole foot forward. See, because every time you swing, whether it be forwards or backwards, you gain distance or you retreat and still have distance. But in that game, for whatever reason, they think when you chop, it's just your distance and this is all you get. But, like I'm saying, when you swing a sword, you move in. Or you move out. Actually, sorry. You move out. So you either don't get hit or, you either move out of the danger zone or you move into the danger zone to hit your target. But again, in For Honor, they think that with a weapon, your distance is this. They don't account for your arm plus the weapon. So you get swings like the normal knight where he does swings like this, which make no sense. You see, if you want to do an uppercut with a knight sword, see how much more distance that is? It's not this. This will make no sense. This kind of swing, no sense. This kind of swing, however, see at the distance? I have so much more distance. Another thing, completely bugs me all the time in that game. They think a sword like this is super, super heavy. Look, I could one-hand this. I could one-hand this, no problem. But they think a knight sword is so heavy you have to swing so slow. No. Most swords, 3 to 5 pounds. And that's not even heavy. Again, normal knight sword, I could one-hand this. You see what I'm saying? One-handed, no problem. For Honor fans, again, another thing that pet peeves me, this Shigoki type weapon, that's what they call the character in the game. I don't know what it's actually called, but if you do know, please let me know in the comments below. But again, they think this type of weapon is so slow. So slow. In reality, this thing's light. Because it wouldn't be that heavy. What would be the point of having a weapon so heavy that you do a swing like this? You die. Real life combat, you would die. If a weapon was just that heavy, you would die. You'd be too slow. Another thing, I get they have to balance the game, but war is not balanced. Plain and simple, war is not balanced. You might have a bigger, heavier weapon than the dude in front of you, but that's just how life goes. You can't balance everything in a video game. That just makes it unplayable. So when you have weapons like these, someone who knows how to actually swing weapons, again, big Shigoki type weapon. See how much quicker that is? It's not a slow swing, it's a... And notice the distance too. Again, notice the distance. See how much distance I get? In that game, the distance is all off. He has about that much distance. They think weapon only, not weapon plus forearm. So then you have things where they swing this close. And that's just not true. Versus fully extension. And when you fully extend, you can hit an extra 3 feet. Plus, like I said, when you move in or move out, you have so much more distance. And weapons like these, well, they would instant kill you. It wouldn't matter what type of armor you're wearing. This is meant to crush you in the armor. Regardless of what kind of armor you're wearing, if I hit you over the head like that with this, at the very least you get a fractured skull. You couldn't take a big old heavy swing like that and be fine. You would be on the ground. That's one thing that always bugs me about video games, especially historic ones. Out of your bug? No. I hate bees. Anyway, onto the strength test. So I got some wood here. They're not very thick, but my thing is these might break off here. These. So I think some good old wood would be a pretty decent test. If they're not gonna break on some hard wood, then they're probably not gonna break at all. Also, it's like 90 degrees out today in Texas, which is hot. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm thinking like 3 swings, full swings, might break the table. Oh, it's a cheap table. So, and after that, I'm gonna show you what this thing would do with like no armor. It'll be bad. It already looks bad, but it'll be really bad. I just know it'll be bad. Anyway, let's see what this does. Well, they're in one piece. Let me give it a couple more for funsies. I mean, a couple loose. It's not always a good thing, but it was, I'd like to mention this thing was cheap, and I mean cheap. So let me give it another couple 3 because it was fun. It's like one of them rage rooms. No, another 3 just for funsies. Something like that maybe. Another 3 for funsies. One more. Well, in one piece. They're pretty loose now. It's just that one. That one right there is pretty loose, if you can tell. You can freely move it. But it survived. Oh, and that one too. Actually, they're pretty loose. Yeah. But it survived. That's okay. It didn't break the handle, so that's a plus, right? Wood-wise, it gnarled that up pretty good. Spikes dug in deeply. Now, could you imagine if that was, say, a bone or someone's face? Oh man. Now on to the other test for funsies. You'll see. So I'm back. Get my watermelon. Now, let's just see how much damage and show you just how deadly this crazy looking weapon is. I bet you it'll just rip it in half. Anyway, we'll see here. Do probably three strikes. Alright, I hit that one a little soft, Let me try a little harder. That's more like it. Whoa! Yeah. That exploded. Yeah. Maybe that one small piece. Yeah. That exploded everywhere. I'm gonna say if that was your face, it would not be a good day. As you can see, chunks are everywhere. Viscera is, yeah. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Even with the hammer, when I hit something with a hammer, it just did what a hammer does and sinks in and just leaves a hole. That, because of the spikes, exploded in all directions. That's awesome. And wicked. Wow. If you like this daily dose of violence, please consider subscribing and liking the video. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. It really helps out a lot so I can make more cool content like this. Like I said, consider subscribing. Thanks so much.